Highness, the map indicated the sword has been hidden in the Cave of the Dead and warned of the serpent Naga Ular protecting it. How do we deal with these obstacles?
You can't walk straight into the cave. That would be fatal. At the time, your father, Raja Kesaman, and the Dewa Agung would have made special provisions for its safekeeping and call to service.
But is the Dewa Agung even alive? No one has seen him for many months.
I believe he is still alive, but I fear he may be in ill health. Kesaman and your father are gone, of course, but I believe at least one priest at Besaki's mother temple would have been entrusted with the secrets of the sword.
So we don't know for certain?
Nothing in life is certain, as you know. We can only trust in the good karma of our mission. And I feel this is strong. I do know that the cave system is extensive. I believe our instructions will include entering the cave at a point near the temple and moving toward the sword's hiding place from an inside passageway. Finally, the great temple at Mount Agung.
Greetings, Raja, greetings. Are you here for a ceremony, Your Highness?
We will, of course, be paying our respects to the gods and ancestors, but we are here to see the Dewa Agung on an important matter.
The great Dewa Agung is not seeing anyone. We believe he is in the final transition of his journey through this life and will soon join his royal ancestors. But it is good you are here, Your Highness. We will take you to the High Priest, Pandita Besar. He will be glad to see you.
Raja I Gusti Ngurah, so good to see you. And this must be Gair Madai Blomberg. Please follow me to my quarters. The great Dewa Agung has been in and out of consciousness for some time. We have been attending to him to assist in this spiritual transition for weeks now, strictly following our passage rituals. It is very interesting. It is as if he is struggling and not ready to gratefully let go and join his ancestors. But what brings you to Besaki Temple now, Your Highness? You could have waited for the cremation ceremony.
We seek the seventh sword. Nagasakti is called to service.
I see. And what service do you imagine? Is it time to raise the ancestral army?
The kingdoms are under threat as never before. It is the Dutch devils, of course. They have new troops massing in Jakarta under a new commander. They are gathering for what we fear is an all-out assault to bring Bali under total colonial rule and do away with the Rajas, then our temples and priests, and replace them with their Christian monks and their god. And the Dutch commander also covets the sword to harness its powers for his own purposes. We are here to seek the Dewa Agung's secret instructions to retrieve Nagasakti and prepare our people with the ancestral shadow army to repel the invaders from the cold lands. Can you give us such instructions, Pandita Besar?
This must be why the Dewa Agung's spirit lingers. No, he has not imparted such information to me as yet.
It is the Dewa Agung. He is awake and asking for you all to come to his chambers immediately.
Your Grace, you are up?
I am seated, but yes, of course. Happy to see you, Raja I Gusti Ngurah, and so glad you have come. This must be Gair Mahday Blomberg. Please be seated. Yes, I see your father in you, a fine man. If only all of the Cold Lands people had been like him, this unfolding new world would be a different place. But no matter. I imagine an enlightened world is coming. Just a few more 100 years. But it is our human condition to be impatient. We come to this earthly realm with no sense of the universal time clock. But we have more urgent topics right now, no?
Your Grace, yes. They seek
the sacred sword, Nagasakti. Now I know why I have been lingering here for so long. and why I am not already with my ancestors. As we speak, I am already halfway there. I am here and not here, but no matter, the sword.
Yes, your grace. The Dutch are amassing a great army with modern weapons and horse-mounted soldiers like we've never seen before.
Yes, I have felt this dark force gathering, and I feel they have a wrathful leader, not like anyone since their ruthless demon Commander Cohen 200 years ago.
And this demon covers the magic sword.
And he has already attempted to possess it not 4 days ago, but the ever-vigilant Naga Ular has already dispatched this foolish thief.
Yes, the mighty Naga Ular. How do we proceed with this, Your Highness?
First, there will be only one of you proceeding, and you must enter the Cave of the Dead through a secret tunnel far beneath Besaki Temple. You must approach Naga Ular's lair from inside the tunnel system. The retriever of the sword can only enter from this direction with the blessings and prayers of the Besaki Temple priests.
And just one of us?
Yes, the great Naga Ular will only recognize one true soul, the perfect prince of noble character. This is why the Raja of Lombok entrusted the sword to your father, Dom Blomberg, and he was faithful many years ago when he brought the seventh sword here. It was then that it was given to the great serpent of the cave to protect. The task is yours, Geir Mahday, and you alone.
But I am not of noble blood. My father...
But your mother...
My mother? I did not know my mother.
But I did. Your mother was the second daughter of the Raja of Tabanan, Princess Fahdal. Your father and she had a love affair, but the princess was bound by royal duty to not raise you in the court. Though the Raja of Tabanan always regarded your father with the highest esteem. He admired his wit and lightness amid great responsibilities. A man capable of commanding a calm and singular resolve of purpose when required. Though you were conceived in love, your mother was able to keep your conception a secret and gave you over to your father to be raised as an adopted child, which was their agreement. So, you see then, you are of the warrior caste, and when the time comes, you too will be welcomed with our ancestors atop the sacred Mount Agung. Every family has its secrets. In any event, Geir Mahday, you are indeed the perfect prince, and Naga Ular will allow you to retrieve the sword. We do not have much time now, and I am anxious to get on with my journey. Now for your instructions. Listen carefully. We are at a crossroads. Young Geir Mahday, not only for the kingdom of Bali, but I believe for mankind, as nations around the world are connecting and colliding like never before. Retrieve the sword, summon the great shadow army, and repel the forces of darkness.
Such responsibility.
It is nothing new, but think of yourself as fortunate to play such a role. Triumph in your endeavor, or fail trying. Triumph always seems desirable, but it doesn't matter in the end. Know the forces of light will always prevail. We play our part as best we can, then we are gone. Speaking of which, it's time for me to go. Finally, to unite with my ancestors. Yes, my ancestors, I am coming. Oh shit.
Beyond this door is the secret entrance to the cave system. The door also helps keep the cave creatures from coming up to the temple and has not been opened for years.
Cave creatures?
You know, bats and pythons mostly. Demon spirits, of course, but doors aren't generally a problem for them. Perhaps an unlucky human may have made it this far. The bats and snakes are usually closer to open-air entrances, so I wouldn't be too concerned in the early going. As the Dewa probably told you, you are now about a kilometer from Naga Ular's lair, which is close to another open-air vent. If things go as planned, that is where you will exit and where the Raja and his warriors will be waiting for you. Now, did you understand Dewa's instructions?
I think so. I take the tunnel to the left until I reach an underground stream. He said I will hear the sound of the stream as it gets closer.
It is the end of the dry season, and it hasn't rained for months, so there may not be much of a stream. Are you sure it is the right cave path?
No, he said the left one.
That's what I meant, the right left one, not the right... Oh, very well.
He said when I get to the stream, if there is one, I will reach a waterfall.
The rains, of course, could come anytime. If a cloud burst should hit, it could cause a flash flood.
Thank you for that. I am then to climb down the side of the waterfall. At the bottom and behind is a cave I am to take leading upwards.
And if the stream is dry, it will make your access to the cave much easier.
I will take this passageway until it opens into a large cavern. He said this is where I will likely encounter bats and large snakes.
The pythons generally will be more interested in bats than humans. But by this time, I am guessing you will not be too far from Naga Ular and he will be alerted. But I and my priests will be chanting here in the temple, letting Naga Ular know of the approaching of the perfect prince, and that it is time for the seventh sword to be put into service. The Naga knows the retriever of the sword will only enter from the temple sent by the Dewa Agung himself.
Are you certain of this, Pandita?
Nothing is certain, as I am sure the Dewa advised, but as he has said, we play our parts in the human drama. If it works or fails, a great story will unfold. And when you are in the cavern, what then?
He said a light shaft will be visible in the cavern's darkness, coming from where the Naga Ular has its lair, not too far from a cave system exit. Naga's lair will come into view as the cave becomes brighter. He will likely be coiled around the sword. The Naga will employ one more test. Even the Dewa was not sure of what this might look like. Once passed, Naga will move aside and allow me to retrieve the sword.
Yes, and remember, when the sword passes to you, he is relieved of his duty as protector of the sword, something he has remained faithful to for over 30 years. Our prayers to the gods will cause him to allow for your arrival.
And when was the last time a perfect prince retrieved the sword from Naga's protection?
Oh, it's never been done. But there is a first time for everything. Now is not the time for fear, uncertainty, or doubt. It will seal your fate more assuredly than any python encounter. Naga will sense any such fear. A perfect prince of the warrior caste knows no such fear, and Naga will test you. You will not show fear if your quest is earnest and pure of heart.
But this is new to me. I only discovered an hour ago of my true lineage.
But you have always known it deep inside you. And as we speak, the Dark Dutch armies are approaching. We need the powers of the sword to summon the strength of the ancestral army from the tops of this very mountain we are so deep within. Understand, you do not go alone on this dark journey to the light. The sacred kingdom of Bali depends on you now. Your ancestors already attend your journey, and your father would go, and he knew you would go.
You're right, then there is no time to lose. I feel the ancestors are already joining me.
Yes, then go face Naga Ular, retrieve the magic sword, and save the kingdom.
I don't hear any stream. A trickle ahead. Oh no. the flash flood Pandita spoke of. I must get underneath that water ledge before the torrent of water hits, or I'll be washed away. Made it. Now to the Bat and Python Cavern, and to look for a light opening. Cavern opening to Naga's lair. The mighty Naga Ular, and there it is, the magic seventh sword, as Father had said. Now Naga's test.
What stands in our way becomes the way. The obstacle is the way. You always have power over your mind, and that is where you will always find the needed strength.
We have the sword.
Now back to my palace in Badung in the south and make our defense of the kingdom.
Yes, enter. What is it, Captain?
Urgent news, sir. A riot has broken out on the east coast of Bali. The locals are opposing our stranded ship's salvage rules and our new Dutch opium trade monopoly. They have killed our main trader there and have looted our warehouses.
Very well, then. Just what I've been waiting for.
What's that, sir?
What are we waiting for?
Your orders, sir?
Full mobilization. Captain, it's time to impose complete Dutch rule and launch our final solution in Bali. Summon my generals immediately. Time to bring the monkey worshippers under heel, Captain, and let me know if a native named Ketut has something for me.
Yes, sir. Perhaps he's been consumed in a task.
The Major General's resolve is indeed swift and sure. Within a week, a full-on bombardment is in progress, taking apart the majestic walls at Kesaman, cannon shot by cannon shot.
Ceasefire! Ceasefire! Cavalry captains.
Your instructions, Major General. There seems to be no resistance.
Draw sabers. Sound the charge. What have you found, Beakers?
The place is deserted, Major General. There is no one inside. Only the Raga has been found stepped by one of his own priests. It looks like the place has been empty for several hours. That is all.
A curious people. So much for the fearsome Bali warriors.
What now, sir?
Burn it. Burn it to the ground and raise it brick by brick, because especially their heathen images. I want nothing left here to return to. Shoot any stragglers if they appear. The troops will camp here tonight. Tell all my generals I want a full council. We seize this advantage immediately. At first light, we march for their stronghold, the Raja Igusti Ngura's palace at Badung. I want to be there fully prepared to commence the same bombardment by early afternoon tomorrow. Total control is within our grasp. The righteous Dutch sword about to swoop for the final blow. Swift and sure.
Yes, sir. With pleasure, sir.
Kir Mahdai. Please join me. Kisiman has fallen.
Yes, I have heard, Your Highness. The refugees started to arrive an hour ago, and the Raja?
Slain by one of his own priests. He was not even able to enact the Puputan ceremony. His soul will now linger, but the soul of the priest is damned on the endless wheel of karma. Now, the Dutch troops march here. I fear they will be at our gates by tomorrow.
What next then, Raja?
Follow me. You must see this.
Yes, a beautifully carved mural.
It is more than a mural when I hold the dragon's tail.
A secret room?
Yes. Now behold, the magic seventh sword, fully united with its 6 brothers.
Your Highness, look how the magic sword moves and trembles.
And I had a powerful dream last night. The ancestral ghost army, amassing at the sacred mountain. Now, assemble our war generals. The Dutch devils are in for their reckoning. Behold Naga Sakti, retrieved by Geermede Blomberg, deemed the perfect prince by the Dewa Agung himself, then tested and proven by the sword's protector, the great Naga Ular. It is here now reunited with its 6 brothers. My generals, the time has come. You are all of the ancestral warrior caste and worthy to bear one of the sacred swords. Indeed, the great Dewa revealed that Geermede Blomberg, too, is of our ancestral lineage, having been born by Princess Fatal Saudari. Now, the Dutch devils are a day's march away and intend to overthrow the kingdom of Bali and impose their rule on our island of the gods and its people. But the Dutch devils, as most men from the cold lands, are indeed ignorant ones who do not understand. They need to understand that all humanity and Earth's creatures are interconnected. They know only force and are driven by a vengeful and dark lord who commands them as their only god, demanding strict obedience and telling them that they are his chosen race to rule all people. But now, as I speak, our ancestral warriors are descending from Mount Agung to join our battle.
Your Highness, how will this happen? How and when will they appear? I have only seen such things in shadow plays. What form will they take? Will they lead the charge, or will they join the battle at our side?
I do not know. I do know that we must all bear one of the sacred swords into battle. I will bear Naga Sakti.
Your Highness, I do not want to doubt the magic of the sacred swords, but what if the ancestral army does not appear?
This is a valid question, as the great Dewa Agung would counsel us. The gods owe us nothing. The ritual of the 7 swords is only a summoning by mortals. It is not a command, and it is not for us to understand the timing of the universe.
And if the gods and our ancestors, in their wisdom by a higher order of reasoning, do not attend our human battle drama,
then we will enact the sacred Puputan ceremony.
Then I, for one, will have the honor of calling on my sacred sword in the service of my passing, and join our ancestors atop Mount Agung.
And we will want and welcome full participation, priests, the full court, and its family members.
There are almost 1,000 people who would qualify to enact the ceremony, Your Highness.
Yes, and we all know the proper conduct of this ceremony, and I know that all who qualify will willingly participate. You are all of the warrior caste. You all understand our ancient traditions. You would not be my generals if this were not the case. Geer Madwai, I know you understand the Puputan ceremony and its sacredness, and because your bloodline is clearly acknowledged by the Dewa Agung, you will be welcome to the ancestral home at Mount Agung. But I understand if your choice is not to fully enact the ceremony, you can think about it and choose at the time, should it come to such a situation. You are also free to consult your father's spirit when making decisions. Such counsel is just as valid and is your right.
Well, Captain Schuyler, what is your scouting report of the road ahead to the Raja of Badung's palace?
The bridge ahead is all clear. No resistance there. And the Balinese scouts said all clear in the road ahead to the palace. We are now about 2 kilometers away.
Strange. No resistance? And where is your officer's cap? Captain Schuyler?
Fell off in a gallop, sir.
Out of uniform again, Schuyler. Luckily you speak the local language, or you'd be busted down to corporal. Hoegenboom. Why no ambush? Your assessment.
Perhaps like Kesiman, sir, deserted and the Raja killed for us. I think they could be in full retreat, sir. This could be easier than we expected. Perhaps another deserted palace for us to loot?
I fear a trap. I feel we are being drawn in. What say you, Schuyler?
Perhaps, sir. The Balinese scout warned of the shadow army amassing.
Ah, yes, the shadow army, lurking somewhere in the depths of the interior of the island. We've heard this myth for decades. I feel it's a ruse. Such an army would not remain unseen for such a time. It would have attacked the Dutch years ago if it existed.
Myth? Magic? Reality? These are a curious people who distinguish little between the three.
Perhaps, but give them a solid pounding of cannon shot. That'll bring the magicians and myth makers to their senses soon enough. It's worked for us everywhere else in the world. Eventually, the heathen are liberated and brought into the New World Order of colonial rule.
I agree. Still, I've seen some extraordinary things in battle. Rule number 1 is never underestimating your enemy, real or mythical. And when battle commences, a psychological fog can descend amongst the ranks. And if fear creeps in, even mythological, it can sweep through the ranks like a poison. That's where the strength of your command comes into play by keeping our forces focused on the task at hand and our battle plan. Right, Schuyler?
I have found most soldiers will stay true to the battle plan, sir, until they have an arrow sticking out of their leg or see their comrade's decapitated head at their feet.
Your thoughts, Schuyler, on a possible trap?
This bridge is a choke point, a natural place for ambush. It is clear, sir, and our Balinese scout says clear through the next village ahead.
And do you trust him?
I have found the Balinese to be people you can take at face value.
Don't get soft on us, Schuyler. Trust no one, and you won't be disappointed. I don't want to lose any more time. Let's proceed straight on. I want to press the advantage and commence bombardment this very afternoon. Schuyler, take 10 of your cavalry, ride ahead and do a further reconnaissance.
Yes, sir. But with permission, sir, when we reach the palace, barring a shadow army appearance, we will have them seriously outgunned. If they choose to surrender, what preparations for a surrender, sir? The palace will contain full families, children, priests, civilians, and their warriors.
Let me make it perfectly clear. Our strategy is one of the final solution. The Dutch have spent the last 5 decades on this little island wasting time with half solutions. This is full colonization. Full Dutch rule. You have your orders. You are dismissed.
There is no connection, Your Highness. Nothing stirring. Did you say you saw the swords tremble?
Most definitely. Nagasaki began to glow. There was a rush of wind, and I could hear the ancestors' murmurs. Gearmate was with me, and my dream was very vivid.
Nothing now, Your Highness.
But the Dutch have now crossed the bridge without any resistance. They will arrive at our gates within the hour. What is your feeling?
The other priests feel as I do. The Shadow Army will not be joining us this day.
Well, we don't have the forces to oppose the Dutch with their cannons and horsemen.
I feel the gods have other intentions for the kingdom of Bali, Your Highness.
Then, it is time to prepare for the sacred Puputan ceremony. There will be no surrender to the Dutch this day, and we will join our ancestors at Mount Agung and become part of their larger plan. Victory is still ours on this glorious day. Distribute the sacred swords to my generals to perform their Puputan duties. I will bear Nagasaki. Prepare the rest of the court and all eligible for the Puputan ceremony.
Look, Germadai, the Shadow Army rising.
No, General Udang, the Dutch troops have arrived.
Bar the gate. Battle positions. Raja, the Dutch. The sword. It is time to summon the ghost army.
I have already tried and have consulted with the priests. There will be no ancestral army joining our battle this day.
But...
Sorry, but it is not for us to question. But we will deprive them of victory in battle. We will enact the Puputan ceremony. All the court and warriors, man, woman and child. There will be no surrender. It will be a glorious Puputan that will be remembered for centuries. And by the gods' wisdom, the kingdom of Bali will endure. I have given my orders to the priests to begin the Puputan ceremony for all to perform.
Prince Anom, my brother. I find it difficult to be joyous for this ceremony.
Father has ordered it, Sister Maz. And we are of warrior caste. It is our duty.
But this is not how I imagined I would help the kingdom.
I also. Let us see how this battle unfolds. Perhaps the ancestral spirits are still present and have a plan.
Sire, how shall we be proceeding?
When our preparations are complete, we will take the battle to the enemy.
How will that be, Your Highness?
We will file out of the gates toward them in royal procession. Men, women, and children.
I see, even Prince Anom and Princess Maz?
Of course, they are of royal caste. And I will be bearing Nagasakti, who is ready for battle. With the sword, I will solicit a final call to the ancestral army to attend. We cannot discount that option. Sometimes the gods like to test us.
Then they are doing a good job.
Girmade, have you decided how you will conduct yourself in the battle? Have you consulted your ancestors? You seem to be at peace.
I have your grace. I feel my mother would welcome me this day at the great mountain, but my father, I sense him urging me to fight another day. I don't believe he waits for me there, elsewhere perhaps. I sincerely wish for the appearance of the great shadow army, and I will fight to the death if we are in full battle with the Dutch. But with all due respect, Your Highness, I will not be participating in the sacred ceremony.
I respect your decision, Girmade. I bid you, however, to be close by me as we assault the enemy when we emerge from the gates.
Of course, Your Highness.
Your Highness, all are assembled.
Remember, the priests shall be going through and ensuring that everyone has successfully completed the ceremony and will be the last to enact their ritual death.
This has almost been too easy, Major General, sir. What are they up to?
Well, this is no deserted fortress. See the warriors on the ramparts.
How many inside, you reckon, sir?
An informant said there is well over 1,000.
Soldiers, sir?
We have to assume so.
And the Shadow Army story, sir?
I am not discounting anything. Overconfidence has never been part of my battle makeup. Activity at their gate. They may be emerging for a preemptive strike behind the cannon's captains and give the full battle alert to the troops. But there will be no firing until I give the command. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
They are emerging!
Open fire, sir. Hold your fire. We want them further out in the open.
The flanks are clear, sir. No enemy activity. It looks like a full surrender, sir. They are all dressed in white. They may even be welcoming us.
Nonsense, Schuyler. They are up to something. Look for a trailing army. Where are we most vulnerable?
Nowhere, sir. The flanks are clear, and our rear is covered with no sign of enemy activity.
Fool. We are most vulnerable from the front. This is a ruse. A false look of surrender. Be ready for a cavalry charge out the main gate. Their warriors are in disguise as well, but hold fire. The enemy is trying to control the battle tempo, but they do not know who they are dealing with. A little further into my grip.
Ancestors, we come to join you in Holy Puputan.
There, I told you, he has called for their charge.
No, Major. They are killing themselves. They are not attacking. Look! Men, women, and children are following the lead of the Raja and willingly killing themselves. Before our eyes.
But the enemy can't do this. They are trying to steal my victory on the battlefield and martyr themselves. The sword. I want the sword. No one is to go near the fallen Raja before me. And finish off any of those not dead. Then level the palace. I want nothing left standing. Open fire. Full assault. No prisoners. Open fire. Full assault. No prisoners. No prisoners.
He's gone mad! But this is a surrender, and many have already taken their own lives. This is a criminal act. I'm a soldier, not a murderer. This is murder. This is murder.
We are at war, Schuyler, and this is no ordinary battle, and we are still in the midst of it. We have no way of knowing whether this is some sort of trick. The shadow army we have heard so much about may be lurking. The enemy has a battle plan they are carrying out, and we must govern ourselves accordingly. And our gracious commander is allowing personal looting. Many of them wear a treasure of jewelry. Now these are your commanding officer's orders, and our Major General considers disobeying direct orders in battle the same as desertion. And he shoots deserters.
Are you ready, sister? It is our turn.
No, I am not ready to die.
Neither am I.
Wait, not today, children.
Girmade!
Wait here for a moment. Pretend you are dead. I go to fetch the sword. I shall be right back.
Now the fallen Raja. Ah, there, and the sword now for my taking. Ah, that was easy.
No, you don't, Dutch bastard coward. You will never have the magic sword. But what's this?
Schuyler, have you gone mad? Kill him, you fool.
Our Major General has gone mad. I am a deserter. We must escape at once. You will have to leave the sword.
Very well, but I have 2 children.
Good. We have 2 horses. You will take the generals. Do you know an escape?
Yes, back through the palace, then if we are lucky, to my compound for a day or so.
My uniform fits you well, Girmade. I hope your sword is really worth this risk.
It simply must be done. My father would go, and I appreciate you taking the risk.
Now, it is as I told you. Van der Sloot's tent is the largest one at the far end of the camp. Van der Sloot retires and takes his bedtime tea at 10 p.m. You will be a little early, of course, and your timing will have to be perfect for this to work. I see you have your tray and teapot. You will walk through the camp with your teapot and tray. Keep your head lowered. You will appear to be delivering the commander's nightly tea in the evening light. However, stay away from the kitchen tent, as that would arouse their suspicion. At Van der Sloot's tent door, simply announce that you have his nightly tea. I have seen it done many times. Now you are inside. I can't say how the next steps will go, where the sword might be. I can be sure, though, based on his relentless desire to possess the sword, it will be somewhere in that tent. I feel you have to be prepared to kill him if need be. Are you up to this, Girmade? This man is a war criminal.
I am certainly up to retrieving the sword. That is as much as I want to focus on right now, one step at a time.
You're right. You seem a principled man. You will do what you need to do. Now, not another moment to lose. I will wait for you at the far end of the camp with the horses. We will need a fast getaway.
This sword is intriguing. I have seen this symbol here before on their temples. That Katut fellow said it was their ancient symbol for life, sun, power, and strength. I like that. Now it is the righteous Dutch sword that brings these things to the uncivilized world. Now, here's a nice variation.
Major General, your evening tea, sir.
You are a little early tonight, Corporal, but no matter, you may enter. Just put it on my nightstand. Was there something else, Corporal? You're not Corporal Van Hooijdonk. Where is Van Hooijdonk? What is your name, Corporal?
It's Schuyler, sir. I believe he may be captured.
Schuyler? Schuyler, captured? Why wasn't I informed?
It just happened, sir. It was Van Hooijdonk who spotted him at the far end of the camp. I was told to deliver your tea. Sir, he may be captured by now, but I am not sure.
This is great news, Corporal. Just how I would like to end my day, executing a traitor. I want to be part of this myself. Corporal, you are to stay here, and post guard of my tent. No one is to enter. Above all, you are to guard this sword at all costs. Is that understood?
Of course, sir. Guard the sword at all costs. You can count on it, sir.
Something isn't right. It's your uniform, Corporal. What did you say your name was, Corporal?
It's Blomberg. Blomberg is my name.
That name sounds familiar. We will continue this later. Now guard my sword, Blomberg.
Did you have to kill him?
No, I said you were spotted at the other end of the camp and he could not resist, and even left me to guard the sword.
You know, many good Dutch soldiers hate what he ordered them to do. And do you know whether these priests will be able to help us?
Right now, I am not sure of anything. If the Besaki temple is still secure and there are priests there, they will give us full assistance. I know at least one priest who will be overjoyed to know that some of Raja's family members are still alive.
And you intend to return the sword to the cave?
Absolutely, I already know the tunnel route from the temple.
And your story about the snake?
Naga Ular, we are well acquainted. He has likely become bored and welcome his duty as protector of the sword.
I hope you are right.
As do I. After that, we will seek the priest's help to create a refuge here in the north, stay in hiding, and prepare our young royalty to preserve the Bali kingdom. Shoiler, you are welcome to join us.
I believe I will take you up on that, at least for the time being. Bali is a beautiful place, and the ancestral army?
Perhaps another more important time for them to be summoned. I do know their army is another 1,000 souls stronger. The kingdom of Bali will endure and prosper, of that I am sure. It is truly a magnificent and magical place. You know, some say, when God created the earth in all its splendor, the first morning of the earth was here in Bali.
And so, another year's reliving of our unique connection, Your Highness?
Yes, Nestor. And if it weren't for the pureness of heart and bravery of your ancestor Jan Schuyler and the heroics and commitment of the Blombergs, I certainly would not be here. Nor those beautiful children.
Yes, Your Highness, and you are still a Raja.
Mostly ceremonial these days, but an important custodian of the kingdom and its culture. And this immortal kingdom of Bali, with its traditions, beliefs, and spirit world, stronger than ever. And the Dutch and all other invaders along the way, like the Japanese, are long gone.
Father, are you finished? Mother said we still have time for a surf if we leave now, but you would have to drive us while she prepares dinner.
Not so fast, my royal children. A few questions first on the meaning of today.
We know you will quiz us on the performance, but after the surf, Father, Uluwatu is firing, and it's glassy with offshore winds.
No now, while it is fresh in your minds. So Princess Ari, what is the basic message of the Tuju Pedang, the 7 swords, and the Puputan memorial to our ancestors?
That there is strength and unity, Father. The gods gave us 7 sacred swords to maintain strength and unity in the kingdom. Our island of the gods has always been rich in spices, rice, and pure waters. There has always been plenty for all and more, enough to share its beauty with others and enhance the material wealth of the kingdom.
Very good, my princess. And you, Prince Agung?
I was about to say the same thing, really.
And anything to add?
And don't turn your back on your enemies, both from distant shores and within. And the Balinese do not know surrender to an oppressor, and that the Puputan ceremony has magical powers unknown to the Bule.
Very good, my children. Time for surfing then.
And the magic 7th sword?
Several of the original 7 swords are now with collectors and in museums.
And Nagasakti?
Still with its guardian, Naga Ular, we believe. But in the meantime, we have another invader which threatens the kingdom once again. Tourists.
Yes, folks. This is the home of a real Bali Raja, and I believe that is him over there on the bench. Let's see if he will pose for your selfies.
Nestor, it may be time to retrieve the 7th sword.
By 1908, the Dutch had eliminated the last resistance from any Rajas. It imposed a full colonial rule on Bali, claiming it as a Dutch colony. Marinus Bernardus Rost van Tonningen was the Dutch commanding officer in the Badung Puputan of 1906 and the final Dutch intervention in 1908. Regarded as a war hero for his exploits, he retired and lived out his days in Amsterdam. Van Tonningen, however, had a son, Meinoud Rost van Tonningen, who became obsessed with the greater German idea, inspired by his father's views. This son later founded the pro-Nazi paramilitary organization known as the Mossad Guards in 1939. When Germany invaded the Netherlands, Mainut became part of the Nazi SS and was eventually appointed Liquidation Commissar. At the end of the Second World War, Mainut fled but was captured by Canadian troops, jailed and charged with war crimes. Before he could be tried, he seems to have staged his own form of puputan, said to have committed suicide in jail. After the war, Mainut's wife continued to promote pro-German and Nazi views, denying the Holocaust and regretting the fall of the Third Reich and any threat to racial purity. Independence fighter Augustin Gura Rai organized the last puputan against the Dutch army at the Battle of Margarana in 1946, in which 98 soldiers died with him. Ngurah Rai International Airport in Bali is named to honor this last puputan. The Kingdom of Bali, Indonesia, has been independent since, and the island's magic continues to flourish under the stewardship of the present-day Rajas.